The materials used for this experiment will include 2 feet of string, 5 teaspoons of starch, 100 milliliters of water in total, iodine, and 2 cellophane bags. The equipment will include 2 beakers large enough to hold 50 milliliters each, 1 pipette found in the iodine bottle, 2 binder clips, and of course, the usual lab safety equipment of goggles, gloves, and aprons. Step 1. Add 5 drops of iodine into a beaker filled with 50 milliliters of water. Step 2. Add 1/3 tablespoon of cornstarch to a different beaker filled with 50 milliliters of water. Step 3. Measure out and pour 2 milliliters of the cornstarch solution into a cellophane bag. You can measure out 10 milliliters at first in the graduated cylinder and pour until there are 8 milliliters left. Step 4. Clamp the binder clip around both ends of the cellophane bag. Step 5. Likewise, measure out and pour 2 milliliters of the iodine solution into a cellophane bag. Step 6. Clamp the second binder clip around both ends of the cornstarch solution bag. Step 7. Tie each end of the string to one of the 2 binder clips on each bag. Step 8. Hang the string with the 2 bags on a peg and lower each bag into the beaker with the respective opposite solution. So, the iodine solution bag goes into the starch solution beaker, and the starch solution bag goes into the iodine solution beaker. Step 9. Let both bags sit for 15 minutes. The research question that we are trying to answer with this experiment is, how does the process of diffusion affect the interaction between an individual cell and the surrounding environment? From the results, we can make the claim that through the process of diffusion, the surrounding solution of the environment has a greater impact on the internal composition of an individual cell than the individual cell has on its environment. If the starch comes into contact with iodine, then it will change into a tinge of purple. The qualitative evidence is that the bag of starch solution that was dipped in the beaker of iodine solution turned a dark shade of purple, but the beaker of starch solution that surrounded the bag of iodine solution had a comparatively slighter tinge of purple. From the first piece of evidence, the dark shade of purple in the bag of starch, we reasoned that the iodine environment in which it was surrounded had a high impact on the bag's internal composition. From the second piece of evidence, the light shade of purple on the beaker of starch, we reasoned that the bag of iodine had a smaller impact on its surroundings. This relates to the scientific property of diffusion, in which solutions can pass through semi-permeable membranes. In addition, the process of homeostasis is on display, whereby changes in the general surroundings can be used to regulate the internal contents of cells.